So, I've never had a tattoo. I've had professionally done. I accidentally stabbed myself a long time ago with an ink pen, specifically a rapidograph pen. So, I'm getting a tattoo today. Yeah, let's go on that journey.
Hey, I'm Shayne Simmons. I'm a tattoo artist. I work at Pale Moon Tattoo in New Albany, Indiana. I've been tattooing for about 14 years, and the other day I had the chance to do Braxton's first tattoo.
So the one I'm getting is this. So it's this little dude. I don't know if I'm gonna keep with the paint tubes, but I do like just the flying eye with the paint sticks. But I don't want to get it with color or how it is currently. I want to get it in this kind of more sketchy approach. So something like that, or like this dude, or that, or that. These are really fucking cool.
As far as Braxton's tattoo experience, I mean, he did great as far as approaching me to get the tattoo and kind of giving me a rough idea of what he was looking for, just like a subject matter, and providing good reference that sort of gets me closer to what the image that he's got in his head. 'Cause, I mean, some things I can just kind of like spit out, but most of the time I want at least like an initial sort of line of thought, some sort of like subject matter or a feel that you want to go for. Something like that. And he sent me the reference. He's like, hey, I want this subject matter, and I see a couple of these tattoos that you've done before. I want this style. Other than that, just go nuts.
The way that I approach doing those tattoos is mainly how I'd like most of my clients to approach me, in that they come with reference, understanding of what they want, and it takes a lot of the guesswork out of a lot of that, initial consultation. You know what I mean? There is obviously the caveat that I am friends with Shayne, so the kind of weirdness that you would have with like a client, a prospective client, is out of kind of not a part of that situation. However, as an artist or a creative of any kind of type, I think what would be beneficial to you is if you hired another creative to do a project, just something, anything, like a piece of art or whatever the case may be. So what that does is that then affords you the opportunity to understand the viewpoint of a client and understand the viewpoint of how like you're trying to hire on an artist or a creative of any kind of type, what the pros and the cons are, what the do's and don'ts are, those type of things. So I think it's a beneficial thing to kind of approach that way, because then you can move to get like a tattoo or move to go do something for your own business, and then apply those things that you learned as the prospective client as the artist or as the creative. Anyway, let's go see Shayne.
I started tattooing in 2008. I graduated my apprenticeship directly into the 2008 recession, and it has been a wild ride. The shop that I started at, I was at for about 10 years. And then I left there to go to a shop in Louisville, Kentucky, and kind of try to develop a more individual style, and started doing a lot more like sketchy tattoos, and kind of leaned into like black and gray realism. And one of the best pieces of advice that I got from my tattoo mentor was to tattoo the way that you draw. And I started to kind of explore what that meant to me, really. Even as a kid, I was really drawn to tattoos, and I would draw a lot of that sort of imagery. And I mean, I even had adults ask me to draw their tattoos, have them sketched out as a basic idea before they took it to their artist, even as like a young kid. But some of what drew me to tattoos as a profession was, up to that point, spending the majority of my life really focusing on honing my art skills. At the time, it really seemed like there were only a couple ways that you could kind of use those skills and kind of take advantage of what you built in being an artist, and not also starve. As someone that grew up in a trailer in Kentucky and knows what it's like to have sleep for dinner, tattooing seemed like one of my better options at the time to use the skill set that I had already built. Something fulfilling that I could do. I could build a career, and I wouldn't have to like shovel ditches and work fast food or like any of these other like hourly jobs that just everybody around me has had and has just hated. So many people hate their jobs, and it just makes them miserable. And I figure I already have this skill set, so why not at least try to sort of move into that field? Luckily, I stumbled into a spot at Pale Moon Tattoo. It's kind of separated off to the side, my own little sort of space. Pretty quiet back there. It's even got like a TV and some movies and stuff, so that we can put on like videos or music or whatever, and make kind of an experience of it, as opposed to like a lot of walk-in shops, sort of like this assembly line feel where it's real kind of cold and it's just like sit down, shut up, do the tattoo. Pay me the money, get out. And then you just keep doing that over and over and over again, just cycling through people, and nobody really gets to know you. Like, I guess it works for some shops, but it's just kind of like it's not a vibe that I want to go for.
Possible sneaky pocket thing before I put it down.
I've got an oil and acrylic painting tutorial on my website that I sell. And I've thought about doing that sort of content for my Patreon. I feel going to be more clarity and separation in the actual tattoo than here.
That's awesome. Where?
That, actually, probably going to clean all this off. Is wrong about in real life. So at least it's authentic. This is the first time I've ever flipped that switch. I love titties. Everybody loves titties.
Oh yeah. Is that hot press it together, I guess?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, so that is no longer going to be bare.
Mode 2.
That would be fun to play with.
It is, but I absolutely wouldn't need it with something like that.
No.
Al Capone is a fucking old reference. Now, do you want to keep your peach fuzz as a souvenir?
No.
I'm gonna put it in a little plastic baggie for you, like a little Ziploc, like a sandwich bag.
Gross.
Just seal it up for you with some medical tape.
Mm-hmm.
You can take it home, put it on your fridge, and like put it up there with like a little flower magnet, and you can write today's date on it and keep it as a souvenir forever and ever. Sure you don't want to do that?
Nope.
All right, I'll add it to my collection. And I made it weirder. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. 7 undamaged packages. I don't know. Something about like the way I was trained was just like, no, you gotta be fucking on at all times. You gotta be fucking entertaining. You gotta fucking like, make them laugh at the very least. And that part of me won't give up.
And it's not a bad thing to It's not a bad thing, I think. Another thing he said also was to not rub, but to pat. But yeah, this is awesome. This is very cool. Thank you, Shayne. It was very, very, very sweet of you. Anybody else that wants to get any tattoos that are local to Indiana and Kentucky, check out Pell Moon Tattoos. Go check out Shayne's stuff. I'm gonna put all of his information in the description. Comment down below your first tattoo story and your experience with that. Who you went with and so on and so forth. I would love to hear it because I'm really interested in it because I clearly am gonna get more. So tune in next Monday. So